Hi everyone, and welcome to my video today called Food for Thought. My name is Abby and I will be educating everybody on the effects of sugar and where it is hidden in some of our most favorite snack foods and breakfast foods. I know a lot of kids these days are seeing foods with their favorite characters on them, and if they go grocery shopping with their parents, they tend to get drawn more towards those because they are their favorite characters and they see them and they think they're fun and fresh and enjoyable for us to eat. But in reality, they're all hidden with sugar. Sugar is a huge problem in this society these days. After watching the documentary Fed Up with Katie Couric in it, it really struck to me how badly sugar is affecting our everyday nutrition topics and needs. And I think this is something that every parent needs to be well educated in, along with our kids, because we do want them getting very nutritious snacks that help them become healthier year round and in their athletic abilities as well. So I really wanted to do this today to show you how much sugar is in certain things. The FDA recommends that we have 12 teaspoons of sugar a day. Now, when you hear sugars, there are natural sugars and artificial sugars. Natural sugars are more beneficial to our bodies because of the fiber that is linked to them. So when we eat an apple, for example, there is more fiber in that snack, so the sugar gets absorbed into our bodies differently. Whereas if we're having, for instance, a Scooby snack with just artificial sugars, the sugar turns directly into fat from our liver and pancreas, which is not a good thing. So I wanted to show you some hidden things in our snacks. So for example, let's say you're having breakfast with your kids and they wanted Captain Crunch cereal. Well, you'll see here that it says naturally and artificially flavored, and there's sweet corn and oat flour in the cereal. But when you turn over the label, the first ingredient is corn flour, the second ingredient is sugar. And if you look on the nutrition label, a serving size is 3/4 a cup. But if you add a half a cup of skim milk, you are getting more ingredients listed in there. So the cereal alone is 11 grams of sugar. So 11 grams of sugar equals out to be about 2.75 teaspoons of sugar. So when your kid is having cereal for breakfast, there's 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, and about 0.75 teaspoons in here. Now this is a really big measuring cup. This is 4 cups, but you got 2 and 3/4 teaspoons in there. Now they also like OJ, correct? A lot of kids love OJ. So if you look here, Tropicana, low acid, no pulp. It's 100% orange juice with calcium and vitamin A and C. And that sounds pretty healthy to me. But when you turn it over, there are 22 grams of sugar in here, which is 3 3/4 teaspoon of sugar. Now you think that's healthy because it's natural sugars, but this doesn't have the fiber that I was talking about previously. So when it's absorbed into our bodies, it turns more into fat and not into actively storing for energy later on. Now throughout the day, kids get hungry, so they tend to want a snack. So maybe you'll pack them a Scooby snack in their lunch or even a Nutri-Grain bar, which this to me looks pretty healthy because it looks like there's multigrain. It says it's made with real fruit and there's 8 grams of whole grains in there, which is fantastic. Whole grains are great. But when you turn over the label, there are 12 grams of added sugar in these Nutri-Grain bars. So 12 grams of added sugar is 3 teaspoons. And then when you have Scooby snacks in their lunch, you are giving them 9 grams of sugar, which is about 2 1/4 teaspoons. So this right here, if I have done my math correctly, is about 13 teaspoons of sugar already. Now, this is just breakfast and potential lunch snacks. Like I said in the beginning, it is recommended that we have 12 teaspoons of sugar a day. So we have already exceeded that limit with our children and ourselves. And when we are going grocery shopping, we see that there's whole grains and other great ingredients in there, but the added sugars are really hidden and really causing this huge epidemic in our society. So that's already 13 teaspoons, which is just under half a cup of sugar, which is not the greatest thing for us. But I came up with some alternative snacks. For example, these Lara bars are real foods and real ingredients. It says there are 6 ingredients in here. And they are dates, which yes, are very high in sugar content, but again, they have all the fiber that we need, and they are naturally sweetened. There are no added sugars. Almonds, which are great with protein. Unsweetened apples, walnuts, raisins, and cinnamon. Now, the total amount of sugar in here is 18 grams, but none of it is added, and there are 4 grams of fiber. Now, this is a great way and a great alternative to the Nutri-Grain bars because we are getting natural and whole foods in these bars, and they are pretty sweet and tasty and taste just like apple pie. Another way to get your kids to eat some snacks is pack them kind of in fun designs. So I made a couple snacks, one with grapes, and it looks like a little butterfly, and some with some celery and carrot sticks. And it just gives them a new kind of fun way to eat their food and enjoy it. And they're also getting really healthy snacks and great food benefits from this. And lastly, a great snack for at home after school is a little dinosaur shaped piece of toast. So here I have half a banana with a raisin for the eye. It's a little difficult to see, so I can attach pictures later. A piece of multigrain toast with some almond butter. You can also do sunflower butter, or even peanut butter is okay, but again, peanut butter in moderation. With some more banana slices on for their bodies, and then the tail is just the bottom end of the toast, and the little feet here are kiwi slices. So this is just a fun and creative way to get your kids to eat healthier foods and get the sugars that they need with their fiber, not through added ingredients. And I think it's really important for everybody to know that this is something that is becoming a very big problem in our society, along with all of the diet sodas and the sugars that are non-caloric. And I just think it's something that we really need to take into consideration when we are packing snacks for our kids and for ourselves, because our health is our most important thing, and we want to stay around as long as we can, especially to see our kids get married and have their kids so they can be our grandchildren. So I think educating everybody in this department of nutrition is very, very important, and it is close to my heart. So I just hope that some of these lessons you can take home with you today and really find a more creative way to make some great snacks for your kiddos. All right, happy Saturday.